Most people are taking supplements wrong. Not a little wrong, completely wrong. And the scariest part is, they have no idea what the problem lies. They spend good money every month. They swallow their vitamins faithfully every day. And then they wonder why nothing changes. Why they still feel tired. Why their joints still ache. Today, we are going to fix that. Because the mistakes people make with supplements follow a very predictable pattern. And once you know them, you can stop wasting money and actually start getting results. Let us start with timing. This one concept surprises almost everyone. Most people grab their supplements whenever it is convenient. Before bed. In the middle of the day. Whenever they happen to remember. But timing is not trivial. Electrolytes, for example, push fluid through the body. Taking them right before bed can disrupt your sleep in ways you might not connect to the supplements at all. Calcium is another one. If you take a calcium supplement right before a meal, it neutralizes the acid in your stomach before you even start eating. That can shut down your digestion before it begins. Vitamin D is a bit different. Some people feel more alert when they take it in the morning. Others find it helps them sleep when they take it at night. You will have to experiment with that one. The point is this. When you take your supplements matters just as much as which ones you take. Here is the second mistake. People are trying to solve a health problem, and they introduce 5 or 6 new supplements all at once. If something helps, great. But you have no idea which one did the work. And if something causes a problem, you have no idea which one to blame. Always introduce supplements one at a time. Give each one a fair window, a few weeks at least. Then move to the next. This is how you actually figure out what works for your specific body. Now here is something people really do not want to hear. Supplements cannot fix a bad diet. That is not how the body works. If you are eating a lot of refined carbohydrates and processed food and not getting enough protein, no vitamin in the world is going to give you real energy. Protein is the perfect example. You can take a handful of B vitamins every morning and still feel tired and foggy if you are not eating enough protein, especially at breakfast. The body needs building material. Supplements are tools, not foundations. Get the diet right first. Then the supplements can actually do their job on top of that. And the next mistake is going for the cheapest option, those big bottles of one-a-day multivitamins. Look at the label carefully. The first ingredient is often calcium carbonate. That is the same material used in cement. Many of these vitamins are made from synthetic, petroleum-based chemicals. Some of the largest vitamin companies in the country are owned by chemical companies or junk food brands. They are not designing these products for your health. They are designing them for their margins. And with synthetic vitamins, you sometimes get real consequences. Synthetic beta-carotene, for example, has been linked in studies to an increased cancer risk. That is not what you see with beta-carotene from actual food. The synthetic version behaves differently in the body. Quality matters. Read the labels. And if you cannot pronounce the source ingredient, that is worth thinking about. Now let us talk about something your doctor may never have brought up. Supplement and medication interactions. If you are on blood pressure medication and you also start taking magnesium, one of the most powerful natural supports for heart health that exists, your blood pressure may drop lower than expected. That is not automatically a crisis, but it is something to monitor. Work with your doctor. If a natural supplement is moving the needle in the right direction, it may be time to have a conversation about adjusting the medication rather than stopping the supplement. Many people over 60 are on multiple medications that have natural counterparts. There is a real opportunity here for people who are willing to ask their doctor the right questions. There is also the issue of mineral interactions, and this one trips people up constantly. High doses of vitamin D without magnesium is one of the most common mistakes we see. Vitamin D simply cannot do its job without magnesium. They are partners. Taking high doses of zinc over a long period without attention to copper is another one. Over time, that will create a copper deficiency that shows up as its own set of symptoms. Sodium and potassium are another pair. Too much salt without enough potassium shifts the body's fluid balance in ways that affect the heart and blood pressure. The rule is simple. Do not take a single mineral at high doses in isolation for months at a time. Take it as part of a blend, or at minimum be aware of what that mineral is interacting with. And then there is the dosage problem. Most people are taking far too little, not too much. The recommended daily allowances on supplement labels are decades old. They were designed to prevent deficiency diseases. They were never intended to help people thrive, correct existing problems, or support an aging body under stress. Vitamin B1 is a perfect example. The government's recommended dose is barely enough to prevent a clinical deficiency. It was not calculated based on what a person over 60 actually needs to feel well. And if your stomach acid is low, which becomes increasingly common after 60, you may not be absorbing even what you do take. Low stomach acid means minerals stay in the bottle. It means B12 cannot break free from its protein carrier. Addressing stomach acid with something like betaine hydrochloride can make everything else you are already taking start working better. Vitamin D may be the single most important example of all of this. The old recommendation of 600 IUs per day is based on science that is now well behind the curve. There is a second vitamin D system in the body that most people have never heard of. It operates at a local cellular level, and it needs a fresh daily supply. The half-life of this form of vitamin D is roughly 24 hours. That means it is essentially gone before the next day even starts. For real immune protection and whole-body support, the research increasingly points to no less than 10,000 IUs daily as a reasonable maintenance dose. That sounds like a lot. It is not. And here is what is most important to keep in mind. The health consequences of vitamin D deficiency are far more serious and far more common than any risk from supplementing at that level. Getting your supplements right is not complicated, but it does require knowing what you are doing. The right timing, the right form, the right dose, the right combinations. These are exactly the kinds of details we go deep on inside our course, Regain Your Health and Vitality. Even after 60. We built this course specifically for people who are done guessing and ready to take control of how they feel. If that sounds like you, the link is right below this video. Come join us.